In about an average of 120 days from now, I will be running for a half marathon, which is exactly 21.1 kilometers. I wanted to do it before the vacation started, before like the school started, university started, which was the 1st of September. I did not manage to do it, as you guys saw in my video where I said I failed again. The reason why I failed, even though I had run multiple times in the past, is because of preparation. I did not prepare well for the run, nor did I like eat any like good stuff before the run, like not a lot of carbs and stuff. And that's the reason why I failed. And I want to make this comeback again for half a marathon. I wanted to do this one more time, actually after that video, but life got on the way and vacation like started very early and stuff. And then before I knew it, I needed to like do a lot of things for university and stuff. So I didn't really have any time to do that again because time flies so fast. And then before you know it, like I'm already in university, and I wanted to do it before university because university starts, my life's gonna be a lot busier and stuff. But I just did not manage to do it. But I want to make a comeback. But I want to make a comeback, and the reason for that is because I don't want to see myself failing another 21 kilometers again. The run will happen on the 11th of January, which is a Sunday, at about like, I think it was around like 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, which is of course in the winter, so it's like pretty dark and like pretty cold, you can say, especially in the Netherlands. So I decided that I'm going to prepare for this run. Like I'm gonna give my entire soul to this run. As you guys can see, I'm a little bit sweaty. I'm actually sweating right now a lot. And that's because I just finished my first day of 5 kilometers. So what I actually figured out a couple days ago, I went on Google Documents and I wanted to like basically write down what I wanted to do with this, like how I wanted to prepare. What is my why? What is my motivation? Why do I want to do this? I wanted to dive deep into myself in order to find myself and basically have the reason why I want to like basically run this half a marathon. And I sat down there and I said to myself, I actually was typing, of course. Usually I'm writing with my hand, but of course sometimes my thoughts go a little bit faster than like I type, like how I write. So I type more on like Google Documents or like Word documents because the speed of it like goes as fast as my thoughts go. And I said to myself, why do I actually want to do this? And the reason why I want to do this, the reason why I want to run this 21 kilometers, even though I've been like very busy with school and university, and like also the gym, because I don't want to lose muscles. That's one thing that I have to sacrifice. Unfortunately, I've also got like family and I've got like social life as well, and I want to like produce a lot more content and like keep my head busy around that. And I said to myself, why do I want to do that? And the reason was I have to outwork the limits that have been perceived by myself. I actually literally said that to myself. And what do I mean by that? I mean that there are certain things, of course, genetics, like I said in my previous videos as well, genetics play a huge role in how you like perceive the world and what happens to you and how you react and stuff. And basically what you can become, not what you become, but what you can become in life. Genetics and circumstances are like two variables of a multivariable equation. They do count a lot. I feel like a lot of people like neglect those kind of things. And one of the examples that I made in the previous video as well was that I cannot become a basketball player because I'm like way too short for that. I'm like 5'9". An average basketball player is like 6'5", 6'6", so like huge people, right? I can maybe train every single day, 8 hours a day, whatever you want to call it. I can like become very skilled at the game, but I will not become like at the top level because I don't have the height and stuff. So we can say, yes, genetics play a huge role. Even circumstances play a huge role in the overall development of your success, you can say. But I feel like at the other hand, at the other side of the spectrum, I feel like also hard work is also a very great variable of the multivariable equation. When I go through a life a lot, what happens is I tend to become like comfortable with the uncomfortable. And what do I mean by that? First things, like back in the days when I used to go to the gym, like, you know, when we like used to go to the gym, like our first like bicep curls and whatever, like it used to hurt a lot. Like a couple days after, you cannot even do your arms like this because it hurts so much, especially in the first days when you're starting the gym, that you cannot even lift your arms and stuff. I've been going to the gym for like 3 to 4 years now. I've been like lifting weights and stuff and like doing a little bit of bodybuilding. Right now, focusing more on running, of course. That's basically the reason for this video. So I've been going to the gym for like 3 to 4 years now, and I've been used to it. You know, what used to be my uncomfortable zone has now become my comfort. So it's like a circle. You have to see it as a circle. What you were uncomfortable with, you move into that direction, you become the circle itself, which basically means that uncomfortable thing becomes comfortable. What you then need to do, I'm specifically like talking about my own experience and the things that I want to do with my life, is sometimes when you get into that uncomfortable state, there is another circle around it where you're not even perceiving it. Your consciousness is not even at that like level of awareness that you can even perceive the outside circle. What you tend to do, what I want to do, is like push myself again into the other circle, which is the circle around it. That is the new uncomfortable zone. And when you do that for a long period of time, that big circle that was actually surrounded like the smaller circle, then becomes your comfort zone. It's like this overarching, like overgrowing circles around circles and around circles. And I feel like those circles, even though we're talking about from a metaphysical point of view, you've put them there. Those are limits that you have put there on yourself. One of the limits that I put myself on there, like if I may give an example, and we're talking about specifics here, is like running. I said to myself, I can never run like above 6 kilometers. My highest I've run is like 15 kilometers right now. Actually, a couple months ago, 2 months ago, I ran 15 kilometers. And the reason why I wanted to do that is because I wanted to prove to myself that I can. So coming back to the point why I want to make this video is because I want to show myself that I can do this. I want to show myself that I have the power with my mind to run the 21 kilometers. I have the power over my mind to say that, yeah, we're gonna do this, even though it's gonna suck. Like winter's coming and it's gonna rain a lot, especially in like the Netherlands and stuff. Who fucking cares, bro? So I made a schedule for myself in the Google Documents where I said, you know what, I'm gonna run 3 times a week. I'm gonna run on Mondays, on Wednesdays, and on Fridays. On Mondays, I'm gonna do a short run, which basically around 5 to 6 kilometers. Today I ran like 5 kilometers because it's a Monday, where I just basically focus on this pace, like the speed, you can say. I ran around like 4.5 minutes per kilometer, which is a pretty decent speed. But I want to like reduce it to like 4.0 minutes per kilometer, because I feel like that is what my goal in general is. So like the Mondays, you can say, is more basically for the speed, like for the pace that I set for the run. And the Wednesdays is more for like the high run. So at first I'm gonna start with 8 kilometers, and every single week that like goes by, I'm gonna add another kilometer. So next week I'm gonna run 9 kilometers on a Wednesday. And the reason why I'm not gonna run every single day is because I feel like my body needs a lot of rest, and I also like have exams coming up and stuff, and I want to study as well. And I don't want to like make everything about running. I also want to like do other things, like for example, even making this content. I don't want to like think one-dimensionally again like I used to back in the past, where I thought about life in a one-dimensional perspective. I want to look at it from a multi-dimensional perspective and focus on as many domains as possible and trying to master as many things as possible. So on Wednesdays, I want to do a long run, which is around 8 to 9 kilometers, and I'm gonna like stack it 1 kilometer extra every single week. And on Fridays, I want to do an interval training run, which basically means I'm gonna like run, for example, 600 meters, and then I'm gonna speed up to like 30 seconds, just completely like sprinting, and then I'm gonna reduce it down again and run like another kilometer with a very low speed. That's how we like pace things up a little bit, and that's how your body, you can say, gets like adapted to the harsh circumstances of running. And Saturdays and Sundays I have a job as well. I have a part-time job, so I'm gonna work on Sundays and Saturdays. So it's gonna be a very busy schedule, to be honest, but I like the challenge. I genuinely like the challenge. I was just running, and it's actually around 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. right now. I had a very busy day, started at 9, ended at 5. And I was at home like 6 o'clock because of the commute and stuff. I needed to like I needed to cook, and I need to do the dishes and whatever. Like it's not easy. And that's what I like about it. Like if this shit was easy, I would not have done it. It's genuinely like a passion of mine. Once again, like I said, I was just running. It's very dark right now because the winter time is coming, and I was just like in such a flow state, man. Like I was just there. I was just in the present moment while I was running. And this may sound crazy and stuff, but I was just like in the moment. And every single thing that makes you in the present, you should do that more, because it's genuinely connected to you. Even though sometimes I don't like to run, but like the reason why I run, I made that video as well, you can look at it in my channel, is because in the midst of suffering, that is where I find myself. Like in the midst of like the pain and the uncomfort, your mind, because of the pain and the suffering, goes immediately to the present moment. Sometimes, of course, your mind dwells off into the past and the future, into circumstances that hasn't even happened yet. But most of the time when I'm running, I'm just there in the present moment, and that's what I like so much about running or any other like physical sports. Like it gets you out of your body, like gets you out of your mind, and it actually makes you go inside of your body more in the physical terms. It's not inside of your mind, but more into the physical terms. You just become more alive, you can say. And every single, like I said also in my previous videos, after every single run, I just feel like a new person. Like genuinely, when I'm talking around that, there is like zero thoughts in my brain, and I like that state of being very much, where I'm just like enjoying what I do. It's hard, that's why I do it, and I just enjoy the process, my friend. It's just very liberating. It's good to be alive, man. It's genuinely good to be alive. I'm very grateful to be here. I'm very grateful to be healthy. I'm very grateful to be able to run, even, you can say. I'm grateful for the roof above my head. I'm grateful for everything, my friend. And I'm grateful for even recording this video. I'm grateful to even have a phone to record it on. And that's what happens when you're like in the midst of suffering, because that is where you find yourself. And I feel like if you do something difficult, whether it be like mental, intellectual, physical, whatever it might be, at the other side of the spectrum, I feel like there is such a relief when you not even achieve that thing, not even for the sake of the result, but for the sake of the person that you become when you get the result. I feel like that's all what this is about, man. It's not about like the achievement. It's not about the result, my friend. It's not about the fucking medal that I get when I run the 21 kilometers. It's about the person that I become, the identity that I can become in order to actually achieve that thing. It's never about the results. It's about the person that you become at the end of the day. You become a better person. You become more of a humble person, more of a loving person, more of a kind person. That's what my goal is, my friend. And day one is finished. So today I ran the 5 kilometers. I'm actually gonna buy a watch because once again, I've run again with like my phone and stuff. It's not really nice because it's just heavy. It's like in your hand gets sweaty and stuff and it wants to fall off. So I'm not a big fan of that. I'm gonna run a watch. I'm gonna buy a watch, a Garmin watch, and I'm gonna spend some money on it, and I'm gonna invest it. I don't even call it like spending. I just invest in my health because the Garmin watch is very great. It like tracks all of your other parts of your health as well, like for example like your blood and stuff, and like your heartbeat, which I like very much, even your sleep, which is even crazy to think about. So I'm gonna like invest in my health, and I'm gonna invest in this because I want to take this seriously, and I'm not gonna back off this time. I'm not gonna back off. I'm gonna train very hard. If I calculate it rightly, it's average of like 120 days. If you train like 3 times a week, you get like 60 training sessions, which I feel like it's more than enough in order to actually run this 21 kilometers. I just have to get like used to it. The one thing that I have to sacrifice is the gym. I cannot really go to the gym anymore because I want to like achieve this goal. So I have to sacrifice the gym, but I don't really mind it. I've been going to the gym for like 3 to 4 years. It's like sometimes you have to like adapt certain things and not always focus on the same things, because once again, if you do that, you look at it from a very one-dimensional perspective. But when you like switch things around, like you've mastered the gym and you want to like focus on sports and stuff, or like focus on other things, I feel like you should go for it. That's what I'm doing right now. And these videos that I'm going to make actually are not going to be edited. It's going to be raw. I'm even gonna like, my mistakes are gonna be on here. The reason why I do that is first is because of time. I have limited time right now. I cannot edit every single video. And the second reason is because I feel like editing is not always like the priority of my channel. I also want to make like videos where I just basically sit in front of a camera and just talk without like editing and like filtering or whatever and like cutting things out. If somebody watches my channel, if somebody watches my videos, it's more than enough. If even one person watches it, or even 10 people watch it, and somebody like gets more optimistic about life and wants to do more with the life, I feel like my purpose is done. My mission is fulfilled. And that's the reason why I'm doing this. It's because of putting myself out there. Even though it's uncomfortable, people are gonna see me, whatever. Yeah, I have to move beyond that hindrance. And I feel like if I can even change one person's life to become more optimistic, or to become more of him or herself, my purpose is finished. So yeah, this is gonna be like unfiltered videos. I have like one more video that I'm editing, which basically about my vacation in Greece, and I'm gonna put that online. I feel like next week. It's almost finished. That's gonna be highly edited and stuff. But like these videos where I'm like recording myself in order to run the half marathon, it's not gonna be edited. It's gonna be just raw, and I feel like That's what I want to do right now. Thank you for guys for watching. For the people that actually watched till this far, you're fucking awesome. I like you very much. Subscribe to my channel, share the video, like the video. And it's good to be alive, my friend. It's good to be back. I'm gonna take a shower. I'm gonna work a little bit more on my laptop, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday, because then I'm gonna run the 8 kilometers, and I'm not gonna do it like on a very fast pace. I think I'm gonna aim for like 5.5 minutes per kilometer. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, guys. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.